Good evening, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, we're going to talk about anything you want to talk about. But first, taxes cost citizens their wealth. Retirement doesn't save you either. And welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. And once again, taxes. Where's the emerging millionaires at? Because you're going to have to reduce your taxes along the way to get there. So let's see who's in the house tonight. Looks like we have DJ Robbie D from Philly. He's in the house tonight. Thank you so much for being here on the Friday night live stream. What's up, SSN Nation? His tagline, let's get it. Thank you so much once again for being here, DJ Robbie D from Philly. Wilson Koo with the icon next to his name as well, just like DJ Robbie D. Good evening, Mr. Bird and SSN family. Wilson Koo, Mr. Financial as well, Mr. Loan Package. That's right, he's in the house. Thank you so much for being here. Tonight, we're going to have to talk about it. And he says, we'll be working and listening. Thank you so much, Wilson Koo. I appreciate that and the support. And working and fixing my website. I like the way that sounds. Man, tell me about fixing websites and dealing with coding and all that. Woo, it's crazy. Victor Marrero is in the house on the Friday night live stream with the icon next to his name and his obligatory hello all and his tagline, let's do this. That's right, he's in the house. We're going to talk about a little taxes, which Marrero can also potentially help with if he wants to chime in, I'm pretty sure. Remember, I am no tax advisor. I am no accountant. I am not any of those things that you should be going to seek out, or you need to find information. Either way, you're going to have to start thinking about retirement. You're going to have to start thinking about your taxes because you're just going to end up paying more taxes if you cannot avoid them. So that's what we're going to talk about at the beginning of this video. I'm going to actually bring on, let me see. I'm going to, you know how we like to put articles up on the screen. Let's see if I can get something up here. Thought I already had it in queue, but apparently it didn't work. So we're going to talk about, this is in retirement. A lot of people think that when they retire, it's all over, that they don't have anything to worry about. But did you know that SSI that you receive, you generally might have to give up 50% of it? So if you're getting like 50% of it is going to be taxed, is what I'm trying to say. It could be higher than that. Think about that. Some of you could be getting $50,000 a year in retirement from Social Security, and $25,000 of it up to almost $40,000 could be taxed if you're not in the proper tax brackets and categories. That is incredible. All right. That's something to think about. Now, let's go. I'm going to go to Investopedia. That's one of my favorite places because that one actually talks about how to avoid taxes. Let me see if I can find it. I can't find it though. But let me see if I can pull it up here. Okay, here we go. Look at this. The link is down below in the description, so anybody who sees this live stream afterwards, you can actually pull it up. How to avoid paying taxes on Social Security income. Is that amazing? So it's not bad enough that you've been putting money in all these years and, earning interest maybe on all the money over 20, 30 years you've been putting into your Social Security fund. Right now, it's going to be taxed. Unbelievable United States system. And I'm going to show you right here. So is Social Security taxable? For most Americans, it is. Now, that is the majority of those who receive Social Security benefits pay income tax. Up to half or even 85% of that money, because their combined income from Social Security and other sources pushes them above the very low thresholds for taxes to kick in. So a lot of people cannot live on Social Security. Even if you made $1,500 a month, you can't live on it. $2,000 a month, that's 24 G's a year. Some people have extra income coming in, and then they use that against you. That is incredible, and a lot of people do not realize what they have to go through at retirement when you are now at your worst, usually your worst time for money making. Your money making years in your upper 20s to your middle 50s, high earning years. You have a peak and then it starts coming down. Once you're over in your 60s and up, generally your income starts coming down, and therefore you sometimes start having extra jobs, extra money, things of that nature, which will be used against you and goes against your Social Security. All right. So these are the things you have to think about. And I'm going to keep going with this because a lot of people are sitting there right now putting away money in proper locations. 401k, IRA, putting it away in those. And we're going to talk about solutions that you could be doing, because you don't want to be 70 years old and sitting there and they send you a check going, well, you got that $2,000 per month or $1,000 per month, even though it's a small amount. And then they say, oh yeah, well, we're going to tax you. You only got $12,000, but we're going to tax you. $6,000 is taxable. And since you can't live on that by itself, that extra money you're making, now those two combined could actually make more than 50% taxable. That is incredible, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, I'm going to leave, the link is down below in the description. I'm not going to go over this full thing, but I just want to show you one thing which is incredible. Okay, first of all, up to 50% is taxable. They actually give a example here, and I can't remember where it is, but I thought this was just crazy. When you make between $25,000 and $34,000, you're going to have to pay income tax on up to 50% of your benefit. And then if you make more than $34,000, you have to pay up to 85% of your benefit. I mean, seriously? Can you imagine having to give up 85% of your paycheck? Which obviously the Social Security isn't a paycheck, but for some people it could be. And now they're saying, okay, I make extra money. I'm older and I want to make extra money because I want to live nice still. They're going, oh yeah, well, we'll take 85% of that Social Security back. I'm just like, this is insanity to me. So I wanted to bring this up because a lot of people do not understand why you're putting all that money into FICA, putting all that money into the Social Security fund. You may only be getting certain portion of it that's going to benefit you. So this is why you want to pay less in taxes. All right. And if you're married, you always get a little bit better tax deductions, because now instead of 32 to 44,000, now you have to make more than 44,000. Unlike if you're single, as soon as you make over 34. So it's just $10,000 more. So again, you should probably study this so you can understand what you're planning for now. Of course, you know how this is. This is Stop Struggling Now. We come up with solutions for the problems. All right. Now, Driven Fortitude has joined us this evening with the icon next to her name. Thank you so much for being here on the Friday night live stream. Good evening, SSN fam. Here we are with Vanessa Comagate. She also has the icon next to her name. Hey, Eric and SSN fam, checking in. Thank you so much for being here on the Friday night live stream and being in the house. I appreciate it. So we're going to go to number 2, solutions. And it's not my solution. It's Kiplinger Report, which used to be a highly regarded publication, magazine back in the day. They used to give people great information. And even though this is 3 years old, this is still great information, because here's solutions that you can be doing right now. And you've heard some of us talk about this before. And you've heard Victor Marrero talk about it time and time again, that 401k, that IRA. You know, those are 2 of the 14 items that's going to be on the list down the line. Again, I have this link down below to the Kiplinger, and I call it Kiplinger Report because that's what it used to be called. Now, look at here. We're going to go one by one. No, look at number 1. This is in no particular order, but I have to say, if you're going to start number 1 off, you might as well just go with the 401k. And of course, notice they have the word max at the bottom. That's because you want to max out your 401ks. And who said you can only have one 401k? Nobody said that. So you work for somebody. You have a 401k plan. You can max it out. Depending on your age, you can put a little bit more in if you're still working somewhere at an older age. And what if you had your own business and your business also has a 401k and you're an employee of the business, and now you have another 401k that has matching funds because your business, you can match it. And with your own business, you can write your own ticket. You can say we're going to match 50%. It's your business. You don't have to be like an employer who says we'll match 5% or 3% or 2% of, certain 5% of what you put in or something. You could say, well, we're going to match. I'm sure there's a maximum limit, but you can say I want to match 25%, for instance. And that goes in. Then you can put in X amount, usually up to 19,000. We can get to 26 as well. There's variables on it. Now, I'm going to pull this up because Victor Marrero put it in here to save taxes, increase your 401k or 401b contributions. Exactly. Max out your Roth IRA if your income allows it. Do a Roth conversion if your income is over the max limit. And there it is. There's the health savings account. There's the 529. There's the FSA. I believe those will I know the SHA is going to be on there. The FSA might be on there, this list as well. So we're going to find out. But all of this, ladies and gentlemen, let's just put it this way. You may want to have your pen, pad, and pencils ready for tonight. Or like I said, you're going to have to go down below. But this right here that Victor Marrero put on the screen, that is your number 1 playbook. Most people work for somebody else. So therefore, you're going to put in the 401k. Most people can do the SHA. So all of this you can do right now. That's why what he put in here is very powerful. And again, the Kiplinger report starts it off very nicely. Let's see, number 2. And here's where I was referring to the self-employment. So you can have your own solo 401k by your business. So now you can do it twice, in my opinion, but we can get up to about 26,000 depending on certain criteria. Here's the IRA. This is what Marrero was talking about. This is standard issue. This is how you can save. Again, you have a max out of what, 5,500, 6,500 if you're over 50. This is what I was referring to. Depending on your age, you can put more in on your IRA. So keep these things in mind. This is very helpful. You should keep this report, even though it's from 2018. Look at number 3. This is what was on Marrero's list, HSA. That's what the health savings account is. That is very powerful as well. Go ahead and fund it with pre-tax money, but pay for your out-of-pocket health costs with cash in your pocket rather than drawing down HSA funds. HSA money continues to grow tax deferred, ladies and gentlemen. Are you getting this yet? The HSA offers a triple tax break. I'll break it down because that's what we do here. The money you put in escapes all tax. No federal income tax, no state or local taxes, and no FICA taxes. The balance grows tax deferred and can be invested in mutual funds, and withdrawals used to pay medical expenses are tax free. Are you getting this, ladies and gentlemen? HSA. Notice Kiplinger is talking. Oh, and here's the FSA. Max out tax savings with a flexible savings account. That's an FSA, ladies and gentlemen. Here you go again. It's like HSA's little brother is what they call it. I have to agree. FSA although lets you set aside money pre-tax up to $25.50 a year for qualified health expenses like deductibles. Okay, that's $25.50 that you won't pay any taxes on. No federal income tax, no state tax, no FICA, nothing. But unlike the SHA, the funds don't directly belong to you. And if you don't spend them by the end of the year, they can revert to your employer. So guess what you should be doing when you have your own business? HSA. Now you know why we continue to say start your own business, control your own company, because even if you don't use the FSA, your company still keeps the money. It's beautiful. Another one, give away money the tax-wise way. All right, here's one way. They're probably going to, yes. Okay, so you're talking about charity here. And generally, I'm going to break it down myself. So you want to give to a charity. So you bought stock. Let's say you bought some stock, Apple, like 2010. It's split once, and now it's worth, you bought it for $5,000. Now all of a sudden it's worth like 15. If you sell it, you're going to have capital gains on it. But you can also, if you're in a high income bracket, you could say, I'm going to donate my Apple stock to the charity or gift it, however you want to call it. Instead of getting $5,000 write-off, I get the full $15,000 write-off. That's one way to do it. Some people might say, I want the money. But sometimes you might want to do that, and you get, instead of the $5,000, you get the full $15,000 write-off for something you didn't have to work for. So that's something or some way you can do it. All right. Tax credit for good works. Okay, I'm not familiar with the good works tax credit, but it says total up out-of-pocket costs of doing good. Keep track of what you spend while doing charitable work. Stamps for fundraiser. Ingredients for casseroles. 14 cents a mile. All right, there's a lot of you out here that helps people, and you didn't think that could be a tax write-off. Well, here it is. You do good works, you can get tax write-offs. Beautiful thing. 7, start up that business. That's right. You know how we believe in start up your business. You got to have that LLC or sole proprietorship, something, but LLC and up is better. Forget the sole proprietorship. Just go LLC, especially with today's tools that we have at our disposal. Divvy, Corpay One. Again, I reiterate, if you're not familiar with accounting, that's the best pieces of software you can get, in my opinion. That's for free, and it helps you with accounting, where at the end of the year or any time during the year, you can go see an accountant and show them what you have, and they'll be like, oh, this is beautiful, because you can load it into accounting software. Now, Again, tax reform. Here's the Schedule C. It's a pass-through entity. A Schedule C, what they mean by pass-through is whatever profits you have, actually it's just like you as an individual made the money. That's why sole proprietor and LLC almost goes hand in hand. Because if I made $50,000 profit, now me as an individual, it passes through to me and I have to pay 15.3% self-employment tax on $50,000. So that's roughly what, $8,000 by itself. Never mind that you're going to have to pay your federal income tax based on that 50,000 as well. And in the state of California, for instance, that's another 5,000 because you're going to pay 10% on your taxes. So now you're at 12.5. Then you're going to have to pay federal on 50,000, which will probably be another $6,000, something like that, maybe more. So you're going to end up with some sort of tax bill that's out of control because you chose an LLC pass-through entity or a sole proprietor pass-through entity. I have a video on S corporations because if you had had an S corporation, you would have paid yourself $20,000 on a W-2, and then you would have said $30,000 for owner distributions. $20,000 would have gone to a normal W-2, and your tax implications, you would have probably saved yourself at least like $5,000 to $7,000 in taxes. Just remember that. Here we go. Look, sole proprietor is 24% tax bracket, for example. You don't want to be in that category. So again, let's keep going. Let's see what else we have. Are they going to give us all of them? 9. Go green and get green back. All right. Less energy, solar. I understand what they're trying to say. All right. We're having a little difficulty. Paying someone's care. I don't know what that is. Do it the tax-wise way. Again, I'm not going to go. I went over 10 of them now, but 9 of them. But I'll let you guys do the rest. Here's a mention of the Scholar's Edge 529 plan. But again, after taxes, it can easily take $7,500 or more of salary to pay $5,000 worth of child care expenses. But if you use child care reimbursement account at work to pay those bills, you get to use pre-tax dollars. I like this. This is something that I'm not familiar with. So again, this is something, if you have child care that you're doing, this is something you need to pay attention to. Number 10 here. All right. That is beautiful. Avoid double taxation on your investment earnings. Oh yeah. This is major. Mutual fund dividends are automatically reinvested, increases your tax basis in the fund. That is true. So again, just check out all this right here. The links are down below in the description. Be smart with education tax breaks. That's our 529 coming up. So keep these things in mind, what you can do. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I won't go any further because the link's down below in the description. Let me know what you guys think about this. Because, you know, we talk about anything on Friday night live streams. But today I just wanted to start this off. The first 23 minutes, which I forgot to mention, please smash those like buttons. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Because, of course, we always talk about how to make money, how to save. But now you learned a little of the solutions on why you can save a lot of money and not even know it. You're leaving a lot of money on the table potentially. And imagine you work somewhere for 15 years and 12 and 20 years and you didn't do any of the SHA, didn't do any of the 529, did none of the flexible, didn't start your own business. All that tax money went out the window, unrecoverable. All right. Let's go. Let's see what we got. That was a long one for me on that. Okay, I had to put that one back up there. Annual max for an employer-sponsored 401k is $19,500 plus $65,000. There we go. That's $26,000 a year. Catch-up contribution if over 50 years old equals $26,000 per year. Thank you very much, Victor Marrero. He has it exactly right. I didn't know the actual numbers, how they lined up, but I knew it was 26. your taxable income will go down by 26K. This is extremely powerful. That's it exactly. Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, pen, pad, paper, screenshot, whatever. This is the game plan. And that's not all, because he did mention also, just like Kiplinger, the HSA, the 529, the FSA. You're out there running around helping people with doing contribution work. That's a write-off. You can get other things going on. And then imagine you had your own self-directed 401k from your business. It's beautiful. Wow, I'm self-employed. I need to do this ASAP. Yes, Vanessa Comegate, you do need to do it ASAP. It's definitely on tap for you. If you can't get into an employer's 401k or 401b government employee, then max out your traditional IRA so you can reduce your taxable income if your income allows it. Exactly. That's all you can do. But again, you have the next parachute. Start your own business. Start your own business with another 401k in that one. Beautiful thing, I believe. And match it. Go for your S Corp. That's right. Go for the S Corp. And in fact, a lot of people don't even realize that if you're an LLC right now, even if you didn't convert or try to convert to an S Corp in 2020 or 2019, you can go back up to 3 years. And then you would save yourself a whole bunch of money in taxes. All right. Other ways to save taxes are buy your own home for property taxes, mortgage interest deductions. Yes, they put a cap on mortgage interest deductions at 4 years ago. They made it like $10,000. And that affected places like the New Yorks, the Californias, and Seattle's and things like that, where people were able to get mortgage interest because homes are $1 million plus. So their mortgage interest is over $20,000 a year, but then that made it cap it where they can only get $10,000. So that wasn't good. But yes, for everybody that doesn't have those lofty home prices, then mortgage interest deduction up to 10K will work out beautifully. Improve your home's energy efficiency. Good luck convincing your HOA to have solar power. Yeah, exactly. The HOA architectural committee. Yeah, can I get a variance? Yeah, right. Exactly. The HOAs for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully that gave you a little tips and a little strategy on what you need to do going forward, because year after year after year could be going by the wayside, and you could be using some of these tax advantages and keeping the money in your pocket. And more money in your pocket means you have money to invest in items that create money for you. And now you see why the rich keep getting rich, because those that have money usually will have the better financial advisor, accountants, and then they say, hey, do this, and they line everything up for you. That Kiplinger report is very awesome because they lined it up for you. And it was Victor Marrero was right on point with the 5 or 6 items that he mentioned. And all of them were in that Kiplinger report. So again, down below in the description, you know I have other links as well. You know I have the free stocks, Robinhood and Webull. We can talk about other tax implications. So a lot of people invest in stocks, crypto, homes. What you may or may not realize, but I know a lot of people here at SSN Nation know already, is that you can borrow against your assets and not have tax implications. That is one way that wealthy people stay wealthy, because they can borrow against their stocks and then just repay back the money in there, and they're back to square zero, but they don't pay any taxes. That's a beautiful thing, if you ask me. It works for crypto. That's why I have Celsius and Nexo and BlockFi links down below in the description, because you can borrow against your crypto on those platforms and other platforms, but those are the 3 I have. So again, that's options. And of course, real estate. You get tax deductions, and that's another option. And when your property value goes up, you can get lines of credit. You can also refi, but don't refi. I'd rather you borrow and then buy another asset. So then that way you don't have tax implications. That works best. So again, let me know what you guys think about this, especially when you go over in your retirement where they're going to be siphoning off all this money you're putting into FICA. Your Social Security could be siphoned off, especially if you make more money, and successful people will make more money. So imagine it's almost like a gift that you're giving away. So this is why you need to put away as you can. And most people in this day and age, you can't even withdraw your Social Security or be official until you're like 68, 69, whatever it's up to. So you still have plenty of time to sock money away, get your 40 quarters, do all the things you need to do. Your last 30 years, make sure you have high income, 35 years, because they go by your average. So this is why it's good to be in business now. All right. That's all I can say about it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we're 30 minutes in. So I want to thank everybody for being here once again on the Friday night live stream. You could be anywhere on the planet, but you've joined us here. So please smash that like button. And if you have any comments, it's open to everyone. You can ask any questions that you want. But again, we were talking about how to avoid taxes. And then taxes cost citizens your wealth. And I've talked about this before. If you're giving away extra money, that means your wealth, especially if you're giving it away to taxes, that means your wealth is being siphoned off. And you do this 20 years, like I mentioned earlier, you could have had a few $100,000 sitting somewhere safely without tax implications. Okay? So these are the things you need to remember. All right. So now let's get into it. If you want to talk about anything else, because I have a feeling this may be a shorter Friday night live than normal, because death and taxes, nobody really wants to talk about, and people don't even understand it. And I'm still trying to figure out how come they didn't teach any of this when we're 8 years old, when we're 10 years old, when we're 12, when we're 15, when we're 17, when we're 21. Why wouldn't they just give it up and teach kids this, all of this list right here? I know why, because 10 years later, tax laws could change. But the point is, the 401k, the HSA, the IRA, those are probably not going to go anywhere. So that would be standard issue. So people would have known from the get-go when they're 18 years old, they would have been maxing. When they're at their job, they would have said, okay, I want the max going in that 401k. They would have said, well, where's my IRA at? Max are going into that IRA. Because they get two things. I get a tax deduction, and I know that money's going to come out tax-free later. So those are the things. Roth IRA. Okay, so those are the things you have to remember here. Just go to SSN University and you can get help. That's it. That's it exactly. That's it exactly. SSN Academy, SSN University is in full effect tonight. This is the No Guru Zone. And in fact, I did something today. I've been holding off on it. Here we go. Yes, you can borrow against universal insurance policies. Yes, you can. And you can borrow against whole life policies. I did a video on this, is one video on being able to have a term life, whole life insurance. Universal, you can do the same thing. Right? Either way, put money in for your life insurance, and then you can borrow against it, literally nearly tax-free as well, and then pay yourself back, making yourself the bank. So he has a very good point. Thank you so much, Wilson Koo, for that. All right, so I did something new today. Let's go. I'm going to, after 3 years, let me see if I can pull this up. I can't pull it up. Uh-oh, what did I do? Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. I guess I have too many windows open. So I'm not going to be able to do what I want to do, but it's all right. We'll get there. Let me see if I can get there. Yeah, we'll get there. All right, there we go. But yeah, we can borrow against that. Let's go. Oh, we're frozen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we're frozen here. Let's see. I'm going to have to wait till we come back up. Here we go. All right, we're frozen tonight. We're having a little weird thing going on with the Wi-Fi. You have to strategy whether to have pre or after tax contributions. Bottom line, it comes down to this question. Is my income going to be lower or higher than today when I retire, including SSA? Yeah, your income's generally going to be lower. So that's the bottom line. And that's why you want to get investments, ladies and gentlemen, right now so you can at least stem the tide. Real estate, I firmly believe 2021, no matter what happens, the long run, you're going to need the assets. So then you can rent them out and you can always stay ahead of inflation and always have money coming in the door. A business has to be ran by somebody. That's for sure. So those are the differences. But I agree with that assessment. You take your choices and you pick it. All right, so here's what I did today. Let me see if I can pull this up. All right, so I did a little screen art today. I actually had this in the coffers for like 6, 7, 8 months, but I finally changed it. So you guys can see right here a new different channel art. Finally released it. So if you see this, this is actually the Stop Struggling Now channel art. So you notice the white Stop Struggling Now still the same, but the background is different. So now on the mobile phone, you'll see the green section, and on the desktop, you'll see the two ends. So that is what you may see, you will see now, because I just released it. All right. So that's the new thing as well. And once again, Driven Fortitude puts in feedback. Looks good. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Like I said, I did it like in August or September of last year, but I never released it, never put it up. I actually have 3 or 4 different ones, and I kind of liked a different one that had a little purple into it, but then I said, nah, I'm going to go with the green. So that's what it is for right now. So thank you for that feedback. I appreciate it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you plan on doing now that you know what some of the stuff that you're going to have to do. It's pretty simple. It's laid out there on the Kiplinger report. Go down in the description and get it, and then go get those free stocks from Robinhood and Webull if you haven't yet. Go get your free $10 from Coinbase. That is crypto. If you haven't yet, go and do a search on the channel for real estate investing so you can get in some of this pre-construction condo, or you don't have to go pre-construction condos, villas, homes. You might want to do an investment in existing real estate. Speaking of that, Vanessa Comegate last week, I believe, was saying that she was interested in some rental property in the Florida area. So this is exactly what you need to do right now. And you're going to be competing against corporations later on when the housing market does take a downturn. You're going to be competing with all the other vultures out here who are also eyeing the property values going down and expecting to buy them. So you're going to have to come correct, because there's going to be crazy deals. There's going to be people. There's people right now in Atlanta that's calling saying, hey, 15-day close, all cash. Well, for a seller, all cash doesn't mean anything, because either way, I'm getting cash, whether you write a check or whether you give me cash in person, but it all goes through a closing agent. You know what I'm saying? A title company, a lawyer, whatever. Either way, I'm getting cash. So you can tell me for 15 days in cash, that's fine. But to me, how much you want to buy this thing for, I don't really care about that cash thing. So, but right now there's been offers 15 days cash for closing. This is starting to get crazy. And that's what's going to happen when these property values go down. And all of a sudden, all these banks and corporations that got all this free money, plus a lot of people who's been saving their duffel bag of cash, all of a sudden wants to invest in real estate. And all of a sudden they're outbidding each other. but they're doing that for a reason. They realize we're getting into a rental nation. Not many people are going to be able to afford $300,000, $400,000 homes if you're not getting an increase in wages. So this is the kind of thing that's going to happen. They're going to start increasing the rental cost. And then, of course, it's going to be back in another cycle where prices start going up across the board. All right. Actually, SSN Nation members will have a higher income at retirement. That's how we roll. That's right. Exactly. You have to have the information. And once you have the information, you have no excuses. Exactly right. Amen, Victor. From Vanessa Comagate. So change my LLC to S Corp in California. Oh, my God. Yes. Yes. Please do that ASAP. ASAP. Well, hold on. I got to give you some qualifiers. Your business needs to have you a profit over 40 grand for it to make sense. That's what your business needs to, your LLC needs to make 40 grand. So if you profit 40 grand or more, then yes. If it's less than that, then it's only a $1,000, $2,000 difference. So that's what the cutoff is. So if you make like 50,000 or more, that's even better because I like the cutoff being 50,000. But the accountants will say 40. But I'm like 50 is best. 50 and up in profits instead of having an LLC pass through. You don't want that because you're going to find yourself in California. You already know $50,000 profit. State of California gets 5, 7.5. You're at 12.5 just off of self-employment. And then you're going to have a 40 federal, and then federal is going to say, give us another 6 or 8. So you're going to be jacked up because it's 10% taxes, state of California. If you didn't have that 10% taxes, welcome to Florida. Now that changes things a little bit because that 5,000 wouldn't be taken. You live in Florida. You don't have 5,000 to give to state of California. That's crazy. So this is one of the reasons people moved out of California because 10% taxes off your monies is kind of crazy. Yes, I was outbid on that 4 units, so now I'm bidding on a duplex. Fingers crossed. Oh, here we go. Vanessa Comagate is actually seeing what's happening out here in the open market. This is exactly what's going to happen. This outbidding it's happening because companies have been able to get free money. So they don't care. And their money is literally free money. It can be forgiven. So when the Federal Reserve is giving certain banks and certain lenders and corporations and hedge funds these 1% or 0.5% loans or 0%, as far as I'm concerned, is zero because they're going to forgive it. So if you got 10 million, 20 million, $30 million, that's going to be forgiven. That means, yeah, I'm buying up the whole neighborhood because it doesn't even cost me anything. I got free money. And here we are. This is what's going to happen when all the housing prices all of a sudden stall and start declining. Everybody and their grandma is coming out, from the investors to the banks to the hedge funds. Everybody's coming out of the woodworks. And this bidding wars are going to happen. I have an S Corp in Florida, but I do business in California. That's sad. Yeah, that's not a good thing. But it all depends. You're going to have to talk with the financial advisor, accountant. Talk with them about it, because if you have it depends on what your business is and where you're actually conducting business. So if you're conducting business, this applies for every state. If you're conducting business in California, even though your company is over there, that's fine, but it depends on what you're doing in California. So if you have products, if your company can ship products out of Florida to California, that's one thing. But shipping products and dealing with customers in California as the LLC in Florida, that's problematic because that's going to be a foreign corporation. And in most states, they're going to treat that as a foreign corporation. So you would have to sign up your LLC in the state of Florida or California as a foreign corporation and pay twice annual fees. So anyhow, that's the idea behind that. Okay, driven fortitude. Yes, it is crazy. I have to find out, boss, because I have a transportation biz that just went through a change. Beautiful. Yeah, you need to. Yeah, that would be a good thing. A transportation biz, that means you can be anywhere. You can have licenses in any state, but your home could be home business office, phones, state of Florida. People do that all the time. So that's what I would do if I have a transportation biz. It would come out, well, it'll come out a lot cheaper because now you don't have the 10% personal taxes off the table. And now you don't have to pay the other crazy taxes in Florida. I mean, in California. So yeah, you might have to look into that. There's a way to do it. Exactly. There is a way to do it, especially in the transportation biz. That doesn't even matter. You could be in Texas. You can be anywhere. And then you just get your license. I don't see a problem. I would do that switch real fast. The only deal is no deal. I would switch it up. I can't see a downside for that. Vanessa, that's awesome. I keep looking for those, but prices are out of control. I want to balance my real estate portfolio with one or two more properties, long rental properties. Yes, exactly. That's what I want to do as well. And we're trying to make that happen, especially in this era, because this is a new era. This is a frontier we've never been before. And this is a modern monetary theory, because people in America do not realize that our banking system is a theory. That's all this is. Nobody knows what the end result's going to be except for people who have studied history. All fiat currencies have went to zero, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, zero. You know why? Because they've all done the same thing. When they didn't have enough money coming in, after they taxed people to zero, then they tried to print, then they tried to do other things, and ultimately you can't resurrect what goes to zero. So here we are again, 2,000 years later, still trying to do something that we already know the end result. But they said, oh no, we have the Federal Reserve. We have the International Monetary Fund, the IMF. They said, oh, we're going to put these other little stop gaps in place, but there's one little problem. You're still using fiat currency. It's still going to go to zero, and you're still going to keep printing it to save your friends. So again, when governments do what they do, they're going to print money to save their friends. That means there's more money in the money supply. That means your money that you're holding right now is worth less. And that also means the cost of the goods increase. And then they say, oh, by the way, the cost of goods increase, your money's worth less, but we're going to tax you more on that money that is worth less, but actually costs me more money. So now we have a problem. So therefore, we have diverted the Great Depression, the Great Recession, but don't think you're going to be in the clear. All right. Florida has great prices if you can get them. That's correct. If you can get them, that is the key. Florida right now is in a building boom because the prices are, everybody can afford $250,000, $300,000 houses or less, because they still have homes less than that. So they're in a boom right now. And they're going to be in a boom for a long time, because if you're not staying in those cities like Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, some places in Tampa, Miami areas, if you're not Jacksonville, if you're not in these major cities, Florida's a huge state. There's a lot of cities that are just regular, nice cities, and homes are 120 grand, and you'll have a nice 2,000 square foot house, 160. 200,000, 2,000, 2,500 square foot house. I mean, it's incredible. But investors are coming here because they know they can buy these duplexes, triplexes, apartment complexes for under $1 million. It's incredible. And they know what their tax implications are, because if you have a S corporation, LLC, which most people who have properties have them under an LLC and usually a partnership, So there's no corporate tax in Florida either, by the way, unlike California. So again, there's another plus. No state tax for yours personally, and no corporate tax if you're holding an LLC and an S Corp. If you're holding a corporation, then you have corporate tax in Florida. That low for homes in Florida? Yes, driven fortitude, that low. It's crazy. Not in the major cities, but even in Orlando, which is a major city, you can still buy homes for 200 grand. 250, brand new homes, by the way. It's incredible. So you got to get in when you can fit in, because the home prices could go down. What should happen is they should go down, because there's going to be an influx of people defaulting on their homes. But that doesn't mean anything when you have so many investors who will be like vultures, and they'll be bidding each other up. That's what I think is going to happen, unfortunately. The duplex I'm looking at now is $225K, but I'm bidding $250. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. She's had to up her price because the people with the free money, they don't care. They're just going to go, oh, we want to buy it. Because think about this. If you had monopoly money that doesn't cost you anything, and you can go buy, you had $1 million worth of monopoly money, you see a duplex, and you know for a fact somebody, they have it listed for $225. Your realtor comes back to you and says, oh yeah, somebody put in a bid, an offer higher than your offer of $225. Then all the guy's going to do is go, okay, make it $300. They're just going to raise the price because they didn't pay for it. So this is what's going to happen. But you have to keep on it. You never know. Some things do fall through the crack. They can't be everywhere. And sooner or later, they're going to run out of money too. All right. Vanessa, that's awesome. I know people who bought homes in Long Beach for $500K, barely 1,100 square feet. Yes, driven fortitude. Yeah, they got lucky, because Long Beach is in renovation. That little $500K, 1,100 square foot house in Long Beach, if things were able to be left alone, it would be $750, $1 million in about a year or two. Crazy. How about in LA itself, where people have $1 million homes that are only 1,100 square feet? It's crazy out there. During 40, I know a girl, I live in Los Angeles. Exactly. She lives in LA, where she knows 1,100 square foot is $1 million. In fact, in Pleasanton, California, Bay Area, a 1,200 square foot house is 1.5, 1.6. It's incredible. 3 bedroom, 1 bath, 1,200 square foot house, 1.4. Insanity. The key in Florida is, even if you find a place for $250K, many times the HOA costs are ridiculous. They will eat up your cash flow quick. Oh yeah, Victor Marrero, before you join the channel, I think I did a video on the condos in Fort Lauderdale, I think it was. They had condos on a golf course, 5-star place, fitness center, tennis courts, golf club, lap pool, adult pool, kids pool, clubhouse. $39,000, $29,000 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo. The problem is mandatory golf membership. The HOA was something like $1,600 a month. Insanity. It was insane. But you could buy the condos for $17, $19, $29, $39. There was one for $19 even. It was incredible. I love Long Beach, especially the Belmont Shore area. That's right. The LBC. And there's one of my favorite restaurants are in the LBC, right by the water, in fact. Victor Marrero, facts. Right. I'm still military. East Coast price is way better, but I'm spoiled to LA weather. Driven fortitude. Let's just put things in perspective. Southern California and south of France are the only 2 places on the planet that has this weather. That's it. And now you know why. From LA all the way down to the Mexico border, home prices are over $1 million for most locations. All locations, for that matter. Unbelievable. It's just incredible. But that's the reason why, because, it never rains in Southern California. You got to love the weather. It's always beautiful there. Always. Driven Ford, I'm guilty to love LA weather too. Yeah, I love LA weather. That's one of the things about Cali. Even though I live in Northern Cali where we have the seasons, so to speak. But whenever you visit LA, you know what you're going to be wearing. Shorts, t-shirt, 90% of the time. Relaxation. Don't have to worry about much. The weather's like 80, 85. Yeah, it gets up there. But now we have the Pacific Ocean where it cools off at night. Man, I get homesick sometimes thinking about Cali. I call the whole state my home. Because Mission Beach, yes, I used to hang out in San Diego, Escondido, Carlsbad, Oceanside. It doesn't matter. All over the place. Laguna, everywhere. LBC, everywhere. Delray Beach, LA, you name it, all over the place. Harbor, I went out to, what do you call that? Ventura, out by the water. Been out there too, all over. Big Bear. Palm Springs, Palm Desert in the right time of year. Talk about everything is cool in Cali. I have to give it up. Have to give it up. These thunderstorms, though, I just can't. These thunderstorms in the southeast is incredible. I know. It's like, what the heck? And then when I had I started my business over here, and they had a hurricane, I was like, oh my God. I didn't even think of hurricanes impacting my business. Because in Cali, it doesn't happen. I was just like, oh my gosh. And then when the thunderstorm started happening, that was even crazier. You can buy outside the state and let that money pay your rent. That's right. That's what you have to do. I'm rent 2 apartments in Los Angeles now. Wow. Yes, just left there. Robbie D from Philly was down in LA enjoying the lifestyle. That's a lifestyle. I have to admit, Vanessa, I'm learning. That is exactly what I'm looking into. Right on, Driven Fortitude. You've come to the right place because a lot of people here are in the mix, especially with getting those extra streams of income. So whether it's the real estate, whether it's starting a business, whether it's social media, whether it's anything, you can ask and you may get some information. And again, it's the No Guru Zone. So we give it up for free. Sand Dog, Robbie D. Yes, indeed, LBSU, right on. Long Beach State. I'm in Laguna Beach right now. TJ Mallet is relaxing on the coast at Laguna Beach, hanging out. Hopefully you're doing some of that downtown activities going on. Let's see, it's Friday night. You know what time it is out there. Driven Fortitude, right? Oh, yes, Ventura is nice. Laguna is life. That's right. You know it. Oh, yeah, Ventura, I was loving that place. Just hanging out. It was all chilled, relaxed, had those little the inward waterways on the boat, hanging out. Yeah, I love that spot. Laguna, I like Laguna downtown. I like the ocean views. It's just chilled. Man, you guys making me homesick now. And people everywhere else is like, my friends used to always go, hey, Eric, why you stay in California? And I'm like, man, come on. I was like, I live in Sacramento, and I started explaining. I said this before. I'm 1 hour and a half from the Bay Area. That includes Oakland, San Francisco, Bay Area all together, San Jose all together is cool. Then you're also 1.5 hours to Reno, Nevada, which at one time was cool. You also can jump on a plane, be in LA in an hour, be in Las Vegas in an hour and a half, be in San Diego an hour and a half. That was good for starters. I'm like, you can be in like 10 major cities in 2 hours. Phoenix, Arizona, by plane. When you start doing all these numbers up, you're like, wait a minute, this is cool. Sorry, boss. Yeah, exactly. I'm over here getting nightly thunderstorms. And now I'm talking about how Cali is like the spot. And that's the reason why California is what it is. This is why that's why they're able to charge people 10% taxes. This is why the cost of living is astronomical. All of this because of what you get. And the further you get to LA, the more it costs. The closer you get to LA and the Bay Area, the more it costs. Because those are the two hubs that's going to cost you $1 million plus for a 1,100 square foot house, which is crazy. And then you come over here to the South and you tell somebody, yeah, you bought a house for 700 grand and that house is like a mansion, a mega mansion, thousands of square feet, not one, not two, not three, thousands. And then you go take that same house to Cali and it'd be like $10 million. It's crazy. There's nothing like Cali. There you go, Driven Fortitude. Exactly. That's why I was the California kid. My parents moved over here to the East. And I was like, what are you guys doing? That's crazy. I'm going back to Cali. And so that's how we got to do it. Vanessa, $250K for a $225K duplex, $25K difference. Good luck with that. People are getting outbid here in Florida for more than that, many times cash. Insanity. Yeah, exactly, Victor Marrero. That's what's happening up in Georgia as well, because Georgia homes are pretty cheap. They're just as cheap as here in Florida, in some areas in Florida. In Atlanta, a major city on the suburbs, they have homes selling for 100 grand, 120 grand, 150 grand, 180 grand. It's incredible. So people are just there doing the same thing. They're just bidding up the prices, especially on a home that has already been refurbished or remodeled. I mean, it's just out of control. It's lovely, Robbie D. You got that right, especially Philly. I know, fingers crossed, fam. That's all you can do. You're just waiting to hear back from somebody saying they accepted the offer and signed on the dotted line. But again, when it comes to these type of properties, 225 is so low. That's why you're going to have bidding, because you have a twoplex. I'm assuming you can rent those for what, 1,000 maybe or more. I don't know the square footage. So you're getting $2,000 a month potentially coming in. 225. That's well below what a FHA loan would be or a mortgage would be. So that's why people who get the money, they'll just outbid. Mansion, that's right. Driven Fortitude says the mansion. Okay, LL Cool J, going back to Cali. That's right. That's right. I can understand what he was saying. Going back to Cali is what it is, you know. And it's real cool. People don't even. Okay, I'm like the California promotional guy sometimes, so I'll be California promotional guy. So LA came out with, I'll give a little history, Staples Center. So when LA built the Staples Center, it was nothing but it was surrounded by a field, a couple of fields. Then they built a parking garage like 2 blocks over. This is when they first built the Staples Center, and I was down there and I was like, man, I wonder what's going to be in these fields next to the Staples Center. Well, LA Live is what they built there. So when people are watching TV and some of the shows and award shows, it's actually at the LA Live Center. And then on the other times, it's on Sunset Boulevard at the theater, Kodak, or whatever they call the theater. But LA Live has nightclubs, restaurants. Didn't have the Westin, I think, is there. I think the Westin's there. But they made this own entertainment center downtown, which was nowhere to be seen like 20 years ago. It was incredible. So better than being out at the Forum. So they changed that. Then, of course, everybody knows Santa Monica, Venice Beach, and all that stuff. So, yeah, LA is, that area is cool. Yep, they cleaned up downtown LA. Exactly. That used to be almost Skid Row-ish, like all over the place. And then if you're in the clothing business, the garment district, that's where you go. Down to the garment district. If you guys, here's the best secret. If you guys are into clothes, if you're into even anything on the planet, you go downtown LA. That's where you go get some clothes. You will be amazed what's down there. There's stuff that are designer gear, designer wear, that people go, oh yeah, it's fake, it's whatever. There's some guys that got some stuff off the boats and they're right there in the back door. You just got to know who to go see. I got to say, I love LA. All right, they are 2 units, both 2 bed, 2 bath, and we will be Airbnb one of the units. Once again, my ex is clocking $2,400 a month. For the other unit is occupied. Get that rented to cover the mortgage, which is about $1,400. There we go. Plus, Victor Marrero, if it's in the HOA, don't forget about the HOAs. I forget myself in Florida because they do have astronomical HOA fees. It's crazy, but that's cool. Hopefully it goes through because that puts you right in the ballpark. $2,400, $1,400 for one side. So that means if you didn't even have the Airbnb, you'd be doing $2,800, $250, $2,800. That still puts you in the ballpark. So hopefully it goes through for the win. I pray that goes through for you. That's a great deal, says Driven Fortitude. Yes. No HOA. Oh, that's even beautiful then. So you get to keep 100. So that's good. So yeah, if you can even, that's a good deal regardless because you know you can rent it out at $1,400 a month. So worst case scenario is $2,800. That's a win. On a $250K property, that's a win. That's why in Orlando they have property $250K, $300K, and that's why they're selling like hotcakes. That's what's happening. I will keep y'all posted, fam. Right on. Right on. Man, where is Charlie at? Because I wanted to find out about this studio. That was very, very exciting to actually be able to have an opportunity to buy a studio. That is amazing. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're 1 hour in. Please smash the like button. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Now, again, we talked about the retirement. Taxes cost citizens their wealth. Retirement doesn't save you either. And if you missed the beginning of this video, we went over some tax savings that you can do over the course of your life, not 1 year, not 2 years, but 20 years, 30 years along the way to have more money in retirement that will be tax-free. Tax-free. That's what you want to do. So we're giving you strategies, information that you can use for the long term. It's the SSN University in effect. The emerging millionaires are here. And just like my shirt says, you are the CEO of your life because you are a business, whether you realize it or not. And that's why you're being taxed by the government. You're a subsidiary. That's why you have a social security number. They're not going to let you go. You have a social security number. You're a subsidiary of the United States, the corporation of the United States of America. All right. So here we are. Let's see. Yeah, where's Charlie and Auntie Val? Oh, yes, exactly. Auntie Val's not in the house either. I just remembered she might be handling some of that property that she has. Driven Fortitude, thank you, love. Diesel Mike has re-upped with the icon next to his name. Thank you so much for re-upping Mike and becoming a member of the channel once again for another month. I humbly appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Diesel Mike, if you missed it earlier, we talked about some taxes. We talked about saving on some taxes. That was the major rule right there. Let me see if I'm going to go back. In fact, I'm going to go back because we have some people that might have just joined us. And I'm going to go to my favorite thing that we were talking about, the Kiplinger, because if you missed it, 14 ways for everyone to save. Yes, this was at the bottom. There's a link in the description below the video to this information. And I'm just going to go over the top 5. Max out your tax deferred savings, which is your 401k. Max it out. And then, of course, what we talk about is when you start your other business, then make sure that you start your business and have your business handle a 401k. And then you can contribute as an employee of your business into the 401k and max that out too, which is called solo 401k. You can do a SEP IRA as well. Solo 401k and a separate IRA. Your business can have both. And then you can match. And then, of course, the second thing is a person. Get your good old Roth IRA. That's the other thing that you need to get. Max that out as well. And number 3 was HSA, which is a health savings account. That's another one. Those are the top 3 right out the bat. And then, of course, FSA was next. They put that as number 4 on the list. Flexible savings account. You can read all about this. Let's go number 5. Is this giving away money to charity? Oh, giving away money the tax-wise way, which is charitable contributions, and they give you actually a strategy about donating money, donating shares of stocks or fund shares, so then you don't actually have to tap into that capital gains that you would have to pay, but you get to pay off the appreciated amount, which is cool. So that's some of the things right there. The link is down below in the description, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we do it here at SSN University. We have solutions for you. We have a plan of action. Let's go. Apple had a conflict processing on Android, Google apps. Forgot to update credit card info. Now I feel like I'm back home. Right on, Diesel Mike. Thank you so much for saying that. Welcome back. Right on. $2,400 for short-term rental of a 2-bed. What's the nightly average there? What occupancy are you looking at? That's what I want to know, because that is incredible. $2,400 a month is almost $30,000 a year for one side. And the profit on that, I don't know what the profit's going to be, but I think you're only going to be paying about what? $15,000 a year for the duplex, if that. So if you can get both sides, that's 60. That'd be 45,000. Well, we already know one's 1,400. So the actual one unit pays for the mortgage for the year. So any gravy coming from the Airbnb, win-win. Gotta like it. I like the plan. Curtis Davis is in the house. Mr. Financial is here. Hi, SSN family. Thank you so much for being here, Mr. Financial, with the icon next to his name. I appreciate it. We were talking about taxes tonight and how to save on them. And we were talking about, hey, Social Security, and they're going to tax your Social Security money. 50%, 85% could be taxed, depending on your income and revenues coming in. So it's almost like giving it right back to the government. It's kind of crazy. But we can avoid it, ladies and gentlemen, not avoid all of it, but we can keep more of it in our pocket. My ex is getting that amount for his rentals now because the area is kind of untouched. No competition is always a good thing. Early in, early out. But early in means you have profits coming in and you have an asset. That's what it means. And your asset is being paid for by someone else. And soon as the property values go up or the rental value goes up, that means your property's worth more. A win-win-win. That's the way I look at it, because that's why you get multiple units if you can. Do not get one unit, because then you would fall into a category of it. That person all of a sudden said, I don't want to pay because it's COVID and I don't have to because there's a moratorium. Now you don't have the money coming in. That's a problem. But if you have more than one unit, 2 units in this case, and now you're still doing Airbnb, you still have revenue coming in even if your tenant wasn't paying. So that's the reason why you want multiple units. You just don't want to settle on one unit for yourself if you can. So that's why you get an FHA loan, does up to 4 units. You only put down 3.5, 4% is what I say. 4% because of other costs, but that's it. All right. He is booked through November. Oh my, there we go. Wow, gotta love that. My goodness. Wow, is this also in the city that you were talking about before? I didn't realize it was that popular. I'm gonna have to look at this location. Not your location exactly, because I don't do what you guys do. I do something a little bit different, but now I'm gonna have to look at that. The tenant on the one I'm looking at has lived there for 11 years. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. As an investor, that's what you want. Those are the certain things that you look at. When somebody lives somewhere for so long, they're built in and they're willing to pay the $1,400. So now we just look at and see how long have they been paying the $1,400, because I really don't want to raise the rent on them. I want them to stay there for another 11 years solid. That's beautiful right there. That could have been better than the first one, quite frankly. Yes, boss. Yeah, that would be, man, that's awesome right there. What a find. That is awesome. But is this in the same? Yeah, you did answer. Yes. Okay. So why do they have so many properties for sale in that area? That's strange. Well, maybe because they bought them for half that price back in the day. That's probably what it was 20, 30 years ago. It was like 85, 100 grand for a duplex in that area. So I could see where they're like, I double my money, I'll take it. And I've got my rental money that I had coming in. Get property nearby military bases. I'm aiming for that. Checks will come despite COVID. That is true. That is true. But I want to caution you about this military bases. Keep in mind, my cousin is actually on the military base foreclosure list committee, and they go around to close these military joints. So some people get caught where they have properties around military bases that one time is hustling and bustling. And then when the military base leaves, you have a serious decline. So just be very careful on that. But yes, normally it works out beautifully because, they can't default on their IOUs. They got to pay their bills. Otherwise, that's not a very good thing, being in the military and not paying your bills. You could be docked for that. So you're right about that. I like that thought. All right. I can email it to you. It's awesome. Okay. Vanessa, that's great. Higher demand equals higher nightly rate. Exactly. Supply and demand. We love it. You just need a few nights a month to make $2,400 per month. Yeah, he's apparently that's what he's making, and he's booked out till November. So he's charging. I don't know how many nights he's booked out, but let's just say 21. I don't think he's charging $200 a night. So must be doing 28 nights or something, 27 nights. Oh yeah, Brack. Yeah, exactly. But like Victor said, if you can get it, that's the challenge. That's right. If you can get it. Anniston, Alabama closed. That's right. Wow, didn't know that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, an hour and 17 minutes in, I got to get me something to drink, so pardon me for a second. All right. Driven. Are you in the military? I can attest to that. My rental property next to Fort Benning, Georgia, has rented for over 15 years straight, not a single day empty. Exactly. There you go. Fort Benning, the odds of that being closed is slim to none. But remember when San Antonio had 4 or 5 military bases over there? Sacramento had 2 military bases, all closed. They haven't closed Travis yet, but they closed Hamilton Air Force Base in the Bay. They closed a bunch of bases in California. So, and in LA as well. The armories down in LA by, what's that lake? Lake Elsinore. Yes, work for City of LA, but on military leave with Air Force right now. Okay. She's double dipping right now. You guys, my ex has a 4-plex. Out of the 4 units, he is Airbnb in 2 of the. Wow. Then he's doing awesome. If he's getting nearly $4,800 for 2 of the units in a 4-plex, that is awesome right there. Talk about buying at the right time, right place. And because he's your ex, you find out about it. And because you're here in the SSN Nation, we find out about it. I'm going to wait till you buy it because if people missed the live stream before, they know what city it's in. I'm refraining from talking about the city because we don't want any more competition because other people are watching this live stream as well. So we don't want competition from other people and finding out that they have duplexes and 3-plexes and 4-plexes for under $400K in that area. So we don't need that. Yes, my baby daddy looks out for a sister. Right on. That's the way I like that. That's the way it should be. That's kind of cool. That's real cool because there's a lot of couples who, for whatever reason, they raise children together. And then when they break up, they act like they didn't know each other, like they were the enemies. So it's always refreshing to have people that look out for former family members, as I say. That's what it's like. It's pretty cool. Exactly. It's hush hush until. That's right. Exactly. That's exactly right. That's how you have to do it sometimes. It's always best. And like I said, this is one of those areas. I know where it is. I believe Marrero knows where it is. And everybody else who was on the live stream when she told us about it before knows where it is. And I personally, I'm going to start looking in that area myself because I can't believe these prices this low, and it's renting for that and booked up till November. This is like Marrero's unit in Orlando. Now, Orlando, a huge city that's in the area of entertainment, I could see where that could be booked up for 9 months, 10 months. But in this particular city, I didn't realize that that is grown, or that's an area that people would come and do Airbnb. That's amazing. I do love downtown, though. That place is cool how they designed it with the water. I do love that when I drive through. That is cool there. Nah, we have two incredible girls. We did a good job. Exactly. Exactly. That's how it should be. Exactly. Work together, and then, not really against each other, because you have to remember, each of you are the parents of your children. So that's why I don't understand why some parents get into arguments, get into fights, act like they hate each other when they raise the children, and now the children are torn. So it's always best when the two parents work together and realize, well, it just didn't work out. So now we still have children, so we're still going to raise them. That is the best way to work out. So then the children grow up very well, much better than being alone and feeling like they're a reason for the parents to break up. At Driven Fortitude, good for you. I am U.S. Army veterans with 30 years of active duty service. Oh no, Victor Marrero, retired in 2013 and now working on my second retirement from J.P. Morgan. Thank God, life is good. Yes, Victor Marrero laid down the seeds. He laid down the seeds. He was at Fort Benning, apparently bought some rental property, and then he just kept going. Now he has something in Orlando and a second retirement, and going to retire from J.P. Morgan, JPM. So that's awesome. So he's done it. That's what you want to do. A lot of people went into the military, did their 20 plus years, and then got a second retirement check. So 2 pensions coming in and investments. What a way to go. It's awesome. Wow. What was your career field? Yeah, exactly. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any further questions, let me know now. And please smash the like button, because you know why. The YouTube algorithm, YouTube gods do not like what we're giving out here. Even though it helps people all over the world, they still don't want to give our videos off. And by the way, let me know if anybody has received any updates when any of the videos come out. I have received 0 updates on any videos that I have released. The last 3 videos for sure. The last 3 live streams, nothing. So I'm not getting any notifications whatsoever. So down below at the bottom of the description is an email newsletter. Please sign up for that, because that's the only way that I can send out messages to let people know that a video has come out or a live stream is coming out. So sign up with that, please. Otherwise, let me know if you've been receiving any notifications, because I damn sure haven't. Thank you both for your service. Exactly. That's exactly right. Thank you for your support. I haven't. Military, MOS, 42H, Human Resources. All right. There we go. That's it. Putting in the work for our country. That's what it is all about. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're probably going to make this live stream wrap up a little bit early on the Friday Night Live. I know we're normally talking for 2 hours, 3 hours, but I've been working hard on the SSN lifestyle. We've having all kind of difficulties. When Wilson Koo was mentioning computer issues, yeah, we're having computer issues because we got to have certain things linking up so we can track everybody and make sure it works properly. And we're having issues with that, but it's okay. We're working it out. But we're going to wrap it up. And Victor Marrero asked about any news on the DR property. Oh, man. Victor Marrero, there's going to be some news. On Monday, I'm going to give you some news. There's another project at Cap Cana. It's incredible, man. I don't know the price, though, because the guys who are building Panorama Lake and all that, Urban Group, I have a picture. Let me see if I can pull it up. They wouldn't give me the price. I'll have the price probably tomorrow, though. Let me see if I can I'm going to show you what this looks like. I have a screenshot, I think. Maybe I don't. Screenshots. Let me see if I have it. Oh, I don't have it. God dog it. Oh, man. I don't have a picture. Well, okay. So here's what I'm going to do. This is for Marrero. Let me go see. I can pull up a picture. I'm going to pull it up for you. Here, let me get to the guys. I'm going to go get this. Let me see if they show. The reason why I wanted to show this is because, and now I can't, they don't have it. Oh, yeah, they do. Here it is. Okay. They start at 314. The Urban Group, you guys can see this? Look at this. See those pools in front of everybody's villa, condo? They start at 314. These just came out. It's incredible. Look at this. I like. And it's in Cap Cana. So they wouldn't give me any info. They were like, no, you got to hit us up at this number. I was like, is this a joke? So, and there's another one at Cana Lux, at Vista Cana, which is going to be a little more pricey. And there's also supposed to be on Sunday or Monday, there's supposed to be another project at Vista Cana called Panorama Lux, also, which are going to have lake views by the freshwater lake, which is the fishing lake there. So I don't know, but we'll find out. Victor, excellent. Yeah, on this 42H. I get the notifications. Thank you so much, Maggie Sherry, with the icon next to your name on the Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for letting me know, because I'm getting 0 notifications. Erica was great in the DR. I'm still considering, but later if it makes sense. Okay. That's right. You have other fish to fry right now, because, like, quite frankly, let's just call it what it is. You can't buy a property in the DR, in my opinion, that's going to get you potentially $3,800 a month. So all I'm saying is, yeah, you and especially you can do this right now, because you can turn this into instant cash flow. Then you go buy that using that cash flow. That's what I would do. That's how you got to do it. Vanessa, yes, agree. Erica was great to me also. So you're still considering the Cana Rock or somewhere else? All right. Damn, that looks like condos in Dubai. You're getting information ahead of the public. Wow. Exactly, man. Exactly. They weren't forthcoming, though. They were like, Eric, hit us up on this special number. I was like, all right, man, come on. I'm really open to something cheaper because I'm throwing my money into these FHA props. That's all right, Vanessa. You're doing it right, though. You're buying the properties, but you're going to use that money to invest in others. So if you're able to clear, let's just hypothetically clear 3,800, and you're only and your rental thing is what, 1,200. You got like almost 2,000. You got 2,000 plus that you could put in towards a property. That's what you want. So you're already doing the right part. You can always find property at this point in Punta Cana. They're building stuff like crazy. Hello, SSN fam. Leah Dennis is in the house with the icon next to her name. Thank you so much for being here on the Friday Night Live. Hello, S. I got on late. I can see I missed great info. I will catch up on the replay. Thank you all for sharing. Thank you so much, Leah Dennis. Thank you. Please watch late, because we're talking about taxes in this one. Retirement taxes for your Social Security and how it's getting swiped away. But we also come with the solutions on how you can block a whole bunch of it and have a whole lot of money in retirement funds that are tax deferred, tax free. That's what we want. Hi, Leah. I know many retired military, but don't take advantage of condos rental. A job should be a temp and Airbnb income forever. Exactly. That's what we got to do. Hello, Driven Fortitude. Glad to see you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. So regarding Punta Cana, once again, there are still more properties to come, but they're getting a little chintzy now. These guys now are in a groove. They're building properties faster. They're saying, give us 20% down. And by the way, it'll be done in a year and a half. They're like getting this stuff moving. They're like understanding what the tourism industry has done. The government, the Ministry of Tourism, has gotten on board and is promoting Dominican Republic so heavily. They know they're going to have the extra people, and they already know they have the investors because all the prices are so low, and they know the barrier to entry is zero, no qualifying, no credit check. You just need money and down payment and monthly payments. They know they're going to have buyers. It's a beautiful thing. Supply and demand. Curtis Davis, facts. Exactly. 4 years left at Curtis. Yes, I definitely agree. Right on. 4 years left to retirement. That works. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this up tonight a little bit earlier than normal, only an hour and 30 minutes in, but please smash the like buttons. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the all notifications bell. And so far, only Maggie Sherry's the only one that said she received any notifications. That's incredible because I know I haven't. So I don't know what's going on with the YouTube algorithm or YouTube not showing the SSN Nation love, but quite frankly, I'm getting sick of it. No love whatsoever. I feel like when Suge Knight was on the award show, or no, Snoop Dogg, when he came out after Suge Knight made that crazy statement, you got no love. To be honest, in the DR, I wouldn't be keeping that for myself and family. Yes, this is true. That's the way I'm looking at it. Vanessa, I totally understand. Unfortunately, the Counter Rock prices are a little high now, but keep in mind, there are other projects for 30 to 50K, but of course, not on the Beach Coast line. Victor Marrero, Vanessa Comagate, we can't let you off the hook that easy. We can't let you off the hook that easy. I'm going to tell you right now. Counter Rock has new builds coming out. They're already charging $399,000 for 2 bedrooms. They're already charging $300,000 for 1 bedrooms. It's getting out of control. Quite frankly, I'm just going to let you know right now, they got some other stuff going on at Counter Rock, and it's not nice on the pocketbook, even though it's still cheap, but the prices are starting to get out there. No notifications for me either, Diesel Mike. Yeah, and he's a member of the channel. It's crazy. And I click the bell. Exactly. I know. I look in the back office, and out of the 12,000 subscribers, 12,000 plus, only up to 2,000 get notifications. And then when I look at it further, only like 1,000 even gets notifications. I don't know who the 1,000 are, and it seems to be less than that are getting the notifications. So thank you for letting me know, Diesel Mike. I appreciate it. 30K is a great price. I couldn't do Counter Rock now. I realize that. Yeah, you can still do Counter Rock. Don't get me wrong. They have new stuff going on, but they still have the 117, the 187 or 153, whatever it was. They still have those, but they have new stuff that's going to cost more. And so if you don't get in let's call it the next 6 months, because those properties are going to be finished off, a year and a half? Anyhow. But there's plenty of opportunities. Don't get me wrong on this. Vanessa, I don't know if you were on Wednesday night, but you might have missed some other stuff happening at Cap Cana and at Vista Cana. Because Vista Cana, oh my, they started doing something crazy. They went upscale. They have villas for $395,000, $400,000. They started doing something crazy. So it's getting crazy. I like it out there, what's happening with these guys. They got an upscale, they got medium, they got luxury. It's starting to get kind of crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap it up. All right. So I want to thank you for being here again. And if you missed the taxes, And of course, the solutions, we have that due to Kiplinger. The links are down below for the tax help. The links are down below for the free shares of stock from Robinhood and Webull. The links down below for Celsius Network. If you deposit $400 or $500, they give you $50 free of BTC. Plus, there's an extra $50 reward as well right now if you haven't uploaded the Celsius Network. And remember, California right now on Celsius Network, you can borrow at 0% interest, just like the Federal Reserve, because they got their paperwork for the state of California and they have a promotion. 0% interest loans, ladies and gentlemen, just like the Federal Reserve, is being given to you on Celsius Network, but only if you live in California. That's the kicker. All right. So those are things to think about. Whoa, that's great for you guys. That's right. There's a project called Portales de Punta Cana. Yes, I do know about Portales. That was one of the ones that I was looking at originally because 30 grand, 35 grand. My buddy purchased one there for 36K. Yeah, Portales, Punta Cana, that was one of the original ones. But then when I started looking at it, it's like an apartment complex. And I figured it was going to be set up more for, even though they do allow Airbnb there, but the way they designed it, it looks like an apartment complex and there's not any other amenities. And it's not, it's off the highway, but it's further out. So there's reasons though. I mean, for the price, what can you do? I mean, if you do Airbnb and you make, $3,000 for the year, $3,600 for the year is 10%. Even if you charge $50 and you only got what, $350, $1,000 a month for the first 4 months, that's $4 grand. The other 8 months, you get $1,000 a month. So now you could be at 12 grand and you only bought something for 36. I could see that. $50 a night, $40 a night. Man. No, Vanessa Comagate, you, the Portales de Punta Cana, you would see in one of my original 1 or 2 videos when I talked about Punta Cana. That was one of the property. In fact, that's what it's called. You can, in fact, Portales de, I think it was, I'm going to pull it up on the screen for you. I remember it was Portales de Punta Cana was their website, if I'm not mistaken. And if it's not, we'll see in a second. But I'm pretty sure that was it. That was one of the originals along with a few others because there was a G44, places like that. There's yeah, here it is. I'm going to pull it up for you so you can see it. That's the website, but apparently they're still 30, 40K. That's for like a 1-bedroom. I think a 2-bedroom was only like 49K at the time. Hold on. Let me get it on English. Let's see here. Can we get English somewhere, gentlemen? Do we have English? Yeah, there we go. Here's the key word. It was Airbnb ready. So I was looking at this property as well because it's apartments. 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, penthouse, 3-bedroom. And they changed their website. Here we go. This is their amenities that they have. Soccer field, lounge area by the pool, outdoor fit, cardio place, 2 pools, playground. And look, let's see. I can't remember. They used to have the prices. Let's see if they still got it. Let's go. Let's see if this helps out. Yep, they still have the prices. So here you go. This is the build date. So these are supposed to be done relatively soon. But let's go out to August of next year. And I'll show you the master plan. You could see how they built the buildings. They basically have 3 rows, 3 blocks. Wow, all these are reserved. Here goes one. 71,000 is a 3-bedroom, first floor. So there you go. That's about right. 3-bedroom was 71 grand. Wow, all these are taken. That's stage 1. That's incredible. But here, let me show you here's their master plan right here. See, the buildings are all in a row. Then over here, I believe that is also an area what they're going to have, like a picnic table, barbecue, I believe is over here. They're only showing half. Oh, here's the other half. Okay. So the guard shack comes in again. And then at the end, which they don't show, is where this is. It's at the end. They changed their plan, but generally it's at one of these ends is where this place is, where they had the pool and all the extra amenities. That's the only amenities there. And they don't have, yeah, there we go. I didn't see that. There's a barbecue, casitas, baño over here. Offices on site there. So you got your Airbnb. But yeah, these are cheap. Very cheap. Let's go look and see. The brown. Let's see what else we have out here. 71,000. That's all that's left. But again, these guys at the time was $500 down. It was crazy when it first came out. It was $500 down, and here goes another 3-bedroom on the first floor for 83,000. That's 12 grand more. Oh, here we go. 2-bedroom, 64,000. 3-bedroom, 81. 2-bedroom, 65. These are 67 square meters. So roughly 720 square feet, somewhere around there. Another 3-bedroom, but this time 79 grand. A 2-bedroom, 62. They still have some left. There we go. Still 7, but none of that 36 though. That means somebody didn't pay for theirs. Oh, here's a 45 for a 1-bedroom, 4,700 square feet. Or no, that's about 510, somewhere like that, square feet, 45,000. So they still have it. Another 44,000 for a 1-bedroom. But if you're going to do this, you probably should get a 2-bedroom. If you're going to do Airbnb, gives you more flexibility for the money. So let me see if they still have the master plan up. Looks like they changed it from when I started. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. This is their whole master plan. Here's where that social area is. And then their other social area is here. So that's pretty much it. You drive in, they have a guard shack. And you come around, the office is here. So I was definitely interested in this because of the price. But then I don't have anything bad to say about it, but this was more like an apartment complex. And so I was like, nah, that's not what I wanted. So that's why I decided not to go any further when I got there. But anyhow, that's it. Oh, hold on. I'll put the link in the description in case you want to go. Oh, there's a conversion. There's a conversion right there. Okay. Yeah, that was it. She was like 36K. Hold on. That's exactly right. You do get what you pay for. I still think I might have some options. Yes, you still have options. In Punta Cana, they have something for everybody. That's why this is very interesting. Because again, they're Airbnb ready. They have an office there. People will stay there. There's still a pool, 2 pools. There's still a soccer place. There's still a fitness cardio room, apparently. There's also a lounge area down at the end. There's another barbecue area. That's still amenities. And yeah, everybody knows it's not upscale. So if somebody's going to charge $40 a night, people are going to stay there. And at $40 a night, like I said, 40 or 50, or even, let's say they did something crazy, 30, 210, 520 a month for 12 months is still $6,000 a year. And if you only spend 40 grand, that's still over 10% on your money. And in 4 years, you done paid off your condo. So, I mean, I can't say anything bad about that. At that price point for Portales, you have plenty of flexibility to adjust your nightly rate. Exactly. Victor Marrero saying it exactly. Like I said, you can always tell when somebody's rented property for a long time because they generally are going to come to the same conclusions. That's what I was saying. The price point makes it almost a win-win. And the entry point, your payments are like, I think they're like, well, they would have been $300 a month or something. But I don't know what their down payment is now. They might have changed it, but still. Yeah, $45K, that's it. True, the prices are amazing. That's right, they are. And Victor Marrero breaks it down. 47 meters is 513. There we go, 510, 513 square meters. That's still a nice size for a one-bedroom. Just to give you guys an idea, if you missed the walkthrough that I did, again, on one of my videos in Punta Cana at Vista Cana, they have at the Tower Vista Cana is 53 square meters. In 53 square meters, they still have another half bath, and they have a full bath and a half bath, and a balcony, which doesn't count. And they still had plenty of room. It was just it was spacious enough, just right for a one bedroom. And I put the link to that website in the description. Boss, I'm a diva. I like nice stuff. You sound like me. That's how it was with me too. That's why my conclusion was, yes, financially it probably would be okay on a stretch, but I was like thinking the same way, because I'm thinking if things turn a certain way, you always want a parachute. So I would live on the island in one of my places if that happened. So if I'm going to live there, then I want to have amenities. That's just the way it is. I want more than 2 pools. I want more than the fitness, air cardio, and I want more than the soccer field. I need more stuff. So that is the thing. That's why it's critical to jump on it as soon as they come out. The equity there is out of this world. You purchase something today and next month it's higher. Exactly. Say it louder, because that's exactly what we're getting here with these pre-construction properties. Equity that you can't buy your way into unless you're doing it this way. Because each phase, the price goes up. Just like on that Portales, he got in at 36K. I don't know how he did it, because 36K was like the first phase. So now it's at the second, as it gets older, when they go out further, now it's another $5,000, 41 grand, 44 grand. So he has equity because he got it at 36, which is awesome. So now everybody else has to pay 41, 44 or higher for that one bedroom. And then 2 bedrooms, they weren't even, I think they were, like I said, a 2 bedroom was 49 grand at one time. And now they're up to 40, what is that? 40, no, I can't remember what they were. But anyhow, they're up higher than that now, which is incredible. 60 grand. Even Portales equity. That's correct, even Portales, because it's simple. Each phase costs more. So we all get equity. Whoever buys a pre-construction in Punta Cana or Miami or anywhere, Mexico, if you get it on the first phase, each phase thereafter costs more. Just like at the beach that I initially was going to get, you could have got a 1 bedroom for 89 grand. You could have got a 2 bedroom for 116 or something like that. The 2 bedroom now at the beach is 142 grand. And the 1 bedroom is 114, 116, something like that. So that's because they're in like phase 3 now. And they raised the price $5,000 or more for each phase. It's incredible. All right, let's see. I got to see what the finances are looking like. I got to party with Victor Marrero in the DR. That's right. Hey, just keep in mind, we always can party with Victor Marrero in the DR because Hard Rock Casino and Hotel have day passes. So we can always have a day pass. And the day passes are $125 at the moment. And of course, Victor Marrero, if he wants to be nice, he gets a percentage off. So they could end up costing like $100. going through Marrero, getting the day pass. But that's the situation there, ladies and gentlemen. Vanessa, that's right. That's how we're going to do it. Yeah, I have a affinity for Hard Rock myself, only because I stayed there and it was just awesome service, awesome everything. I can't even complain. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you one story and then I'm going to go and we're going to end this. Here goes a story about the Hard Rock Casino and Hotel. So, deciding where to eat at, and I go on and go into the Italian restaurant, and it's late. I think they closed at 11. Get there at like 10:50 or something crazy. The guys at the Hard Rock True to Form, they're like, no problem. You can still come in here and eat. We're just going to stay open a little bit longer. Well, the thing is, in this Italian restaurant, they have what I call, if anybody's familiar with the Mandalay Bay, and the Mandalay Bay is famous for having this wine room that people have to put on suspensions, and they go up because it's 20, 30, 40 feet high. And so it's enclosed in glass. Well, at this place at the Hard Rock, they had their own little mini enclosed glass wine rack, wine case. It's not as big. It was still maybe 20 feet high, 25 feet high, and it's about 15, 20 feet wide. But they have it in this place. So they gave me some Dominican wine. All I know, it was like pie sign. If anybody knows what the pie sign looks like, that's what was on the label. And so I had this wine, and they didn't care. We were there afterwards. So then afterwards, I was like, man, it'd be nice if I can get some of this wine and that wine and this wine. You know what they did? They said, come on here. They took us inside that glass wine thing and said, pick anything you want. And they rolled the wine around so we can pick whatever wines we wanted and took them back to the room. And in fact, I got cases. That's how crazy it was, and mailed them back in the U.S. via FedEx or UPS, can't remember which one. But anyhow, that's one of the stories at the Hard Rock Casino Hotel. Those people are so nice and awesome that they were just like, yeah, here, push the button, take whatever you want. I was like, you better stop playing because I'm going to do it. So I took that first like 5 pies, and then they were like, oh, that's all you're going to take? I was like, are you joking? I was like, give me a box. See, Marrero got the hookup. That's correct. That's pretty cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap it up. So I want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope we helped you. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And that's why we had to talk about taxes, ladies and gentlemen, and how to save on your taxes and the tax strategies to help you have more money down the line. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.